Hey guys, I'm here once again, a year later. We're back in the same spot with Adam Johnson, except it's a totally different truck this time. Why don't you tell us the basics on it to get started?
We decided to upgrade 10 years. We went pretty new. We're the 94 W900L. Originally had a Detroit in it. We yanked that out, put a Signature 600 in it, put a Mercury sleeper on it, stretched it to 310 wheelbase. Kind of did our little touches to it, air rided it. Everything on this truck was pretty much done in-house. We had some help with some machining and stuff outside, but as far as assembly, building, paint, everything was done in-house on this build. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of our, less is more kind of look to it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It kind of explains for itself,
Who did the, where'd you get the bunk from?
Was it Old School Customs? Steve out of, was it Grand Rapids, Michigan made it. He's remaking Mercury sleepers.
Okay.
So it's a brand new Mercury sleeper built to the same old specs of the Mercury sleepers back in the day. We just decided to paint it instead of polish it out.
Very cool.
Something a little different.
And you do everything, almost everything in-house?
Yes, sir.
Do you paint and everything too?
Yep, we're doing all kinds of, we do all the painting in-house too.
Wow.
So yeah, we try to do as much as possible. All the motor work, transmission work, rear ends, frame stretches, paint, and we work with an interior guy that sews up the panels, but everything else we do. I mean, we paint all the interior pieces, we assemble everything.
Okay. And I know not this particular truck, but a lot of your trucks got wheelbase, but they also have a drum deck, and you actually put that wheelbase to work and make more money with it.
We do. So this one doesn't have a drum plate. I run more local with it. I don't run the same routine runs that my other guys do. The ones with the drum plates, we load partials on them. We'll load steel coils in the center of the trailer. We'll load a full load of roofing insulation, and we'll come home with 2 loads on them. Sometimes we'll load different partials. We'll have 3-4 loads mixed on there as one time. So with the 53-foot trailers, and a lot of the trucks are 6-foot to 8-foot platforms on them. Okay. So we got quite a bit of flatbed space that we can load stuff up.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it works out really well.
And you did, like you said, you did everything. You did the interior yourself as well?
Yep, I have a 19-year-old kid, Ezra, EAG Interior, out of Medford, Wisconsin, just started working with us. He did this truck, and he actually helped out with some pieces on the cream truck here last year.
Oh, okay.
Some little odds and ends, and he did the full interior. So he stepped up, built the interior in 2 months, and it just kind of killed it.
Awesome.
So
yeah,
I mean,
he definitely did.
It's just something a little different. It's a little harder to keep the white up, clean, but definitely gave us the look we were looking for.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's different. It's not button tuck. It's a diamond stitch pattern, but it's cool.
We wanted to keep it like that retro, old school. The red, it's kind of a family thing. Like I said, my grandpa's first truck was red. Last truck he ever owned that was red. It was his favorite color. Me growing up, I always remember having a Lincoln with a white interior. So that's kind of the mix of the red of the paint with the white interior. And we did kind of a retro paint scheme with just kind of the outline of the stripes. Keep it simple, to carry the white outside a little bit to match the inside. We just really wanted to keep it super clean, simple, less is more. We tried to do little details here and there that people will maybe not notice the first time they look at it, but the second or third time they look at it, they pick up all the little stuff that we've done.
Yeah. So the motor has a different look to it.
It does. So we completely stripped everything down. Eric in the shop decided that he needed to take the wiring harness apart, and it was too many wires. So I come out of the office, and there's a wiring harness in one of our bays completely disassembled, and he completely repinned this whole wiring harness on this engine and got rid of about half of it. So when you look at this motor, everyone's confused because there's half the wires are there, then half the sensors are moved, and we've moved stuff around, and so that's a very clean look to the motor, as clean as we could possibly get it with the timeline. We actually built the truck in 8.5 weeks before Matt's.
Oh, wow.
We rolled it into the shop, drove it in January 17th, and we were down at Matt's the Tuesday morning before Matt's.
Wow.
So I think it was 8.5 weeks is what it ended up being. So it was a little crazy.
And what kind of motor and trans is in it?
It's got Cummins. It's basically the ISX. It's an early Signature 600, 99 model, and a 13-speed Eaton, 336 rears, sitting on 22 low pros. It's a really nice setup with what we do. It's obviously been tuned. It's got a big PDI program or PDI manifold. We had a custom billet Borg Warner turbo, ball bearing turbo built for it.
Wow.
It blows a little bit of smoke. And
a little bit.
It sets you back in the seat a little bit. Yeah. So it's kind of fun to drive.
Yeah, I bet it is.
we put some more comfortable seats in it. You know, my race buckets we had last year, I thought was a really good idea until you started driving all over the place with it.
They look really cool.
They did. You know, but about halfway through the trip, you'd end up sitting on a pillow.
I'm sure.
So we got some comfortable seats in them here, but we kept the armrests off, kept it clean, keep it a little bit more of a racy look to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. But yeah, thank you very much. And maybe next year we'll be shooting another truck here in the same spot. You never know.
Hopefully. I look forward to it. It's an honor to be here again. I mean, when you came to me and told me we're coming here again, I got all excited. It's a beautiful place here.
It really is, yeah.
You know, like we pulled in and I'm like, yep, I could just imagine having the hammock here and we could just hang out all day.
Yes.
We'll shoot the truck later.
Yeah, exactly. And thanks again.
No, thank you, Steve. I appreciate it.
All right.